In the last season of anime, we were spoiled for content. Like, there was a lot going on with the last season that this season feels chill in comparison. But that's not actually a bad thing. So, before you go back to watching VTubers, here are my rapid fire impressions for Spring Anime 2021. First of all, the direct sequels. You know them, you'll probably watch them, so I won't mention them. But for spin-offs on the other hand, Tensura Nikki, or what I call Slime Fumofu, is showing us Rimuru and the crew in their downtime. And the jokes are actually funny. By the way, remind me not to hire Shion as a secretary. Hige o soru soshite joshikousei o hiru, or I shaved and took in a high schooler, has a very sketchy title. But aside from the title, this show is nothing like that. Higehiro is this human drama where both protagonists start learning from their different worldviews and apply that to better themselves, giving us a story that only works because it's anime. 86 is this anime that feels like a Black Mirror episode, where there are these vehicles of war that are publicly known as being unmanned, but are actually manned by real people. And this cute anime girl commander, who's apparently is the only single person in her country with empathy, goes like, "Yeah, this has gotta stop." And we get to see her question the norm of the world, and is quite compelling. Vivi Fluorite Isong is this anime that feels like a Black Mirror episode. Wait, I said that already. This show is about a singing waifu robot, Diva, receiving a program from the future, and was informed by that program that in 100 years, the AI will revolt if she doesn't prevent certain events from happening. So it's essentially Hatsune Miku Terminator, and I love it. Ijiranai de Nagatoro-san, or Don't Tease Me Nagatoro-san, is not for everyone. I'm sure somebody out there is into getting teased like the MC, but like I said, it's not for everyone. Nagatoro's facial expression is meme-worthy though. Sento in Hakenshimasu is sci-fi Konosuba. The reason I say this is because the author of the source material of the show is the same author as Konosuba. And it's quite obvious, and they have a quirky cast that rivals the Konosuba characters. Combatant number 6 is Kamiya's Kazuma. Snow is giving me massive Aqua vibes. Alice, Grim, and Rose are effective at what they do, with a caveat, just like the Konosuba characters. I'm glad we're getting another Konosuba-style comedy, and it's about time. Super Cub is... I like this one. Aside from it totally being a Honda Super Cub commercial, the show is set in Yamanashi Prefecture. Why is this important, you ask? Because I'm from Yamanashi, and that's why this is hands down the best anime this season. I'm just kidding. Anyways, this anime perfectly captures what it feels like to be in this rural prefecture, and what it's like to start a new hobby. And I think it's worth a mention. Shaman King is a reboot of a beloved shonen classic, and Eden's Zero is the carbon copy, I mean the spiritual successor of the beloved shonen fairy tale. They will probably provide all the hype this season. And their Netflix jail. Jun Tao, you deserve better. Tokyo Revengers is about a freelancer named Hanagaki, where after hearing the death of his only girlfriend he ever had, he gets into a life-threatening experience that sends him back in time for like 12 years, and decides that he will change the destiny of what happens in the future. This is like erased from middle school, isn't it? For now, the show has gotten my attention. SSSS.DYNAZENON is based in the world of Gridman. Gridman actually had a deep story, but was overshadowed by Rika's ties. But in DYNAZENON, we can finally concentrate on the plot. Oh, come on! Koi to yobu ni wa kimochiwaru is pushing the limits on how much cringe you can get away with if you're good looking. Osana najimi ga zettai makenai love comedy. Or a rom-com where the childhood friend won't lose? Sounds simple enough, but then you realize all the love interests could technically be a childhood friend. Joran had a really epic trailer. I can't say the same for the actual anime. Shakunet Kabaddi has achieved any good sports anime do, and that's to make me check out the actual sports online. There are this brand of isekai that I can't get enough of, and I like to call them the lo-fi isekai because all they do is provide relaxation instead of the typical power fantasy. The newest additions to these are Seijo no Mariko wa Bannou desu, which is about an overworker named Sei, who gets transported in an isekai as their saint, and she decides to make potions. And the other one is Slime taoshite 300年知らないうちにレベルマックスになってしまった, which is about an overworker named Azusa. I'm beginning to see the trend here. Is this the anime industry's way of telling us not to overwork? Anyway, Azusa reincarnated as a witch and spends 300 years just chilling and defeating slimes, and that made her into a max level adventurer, and this fact gets in the way of her chill life. If you can take away anything from these animes, please take a vacation or break when you can. Speaking of isekai, 究極進化したフルダイブ RPG が現実よりもクソゲーだったら or full dive shows us that the game design is really important, and if you put emphasis on realism too much, it ceases to be a game. And yeah, if a silver-haired Onesan tries to sell you a game, you should say no, or at least try to. Fumetsu no Anata is this anime about this magical orb that drops down onto Earth. And the orb can take any form as long as it experiences something heavy or what we call a life-altering event. And we are given a story of several characters trying to live and hang on to life. Mashiro no Oto is about a shamisen player getting a creative burnout after his grandfather's death. And for anyone who experienced any kind of burnout before, this anime just speaks to you. And the sound of shamisen is always cool to hear. Did you enjoy the video? If you did, please like, subscribe, hit that notification icon for more contents like this, and I'll see you guys next time.